Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing the second week cash stuffing for the month of February and the first week's expenses unstuffing. So let's just get started and jump right in. Okay, so first off, I've got some change here because always in the beginning of the month, I feel like I have larger bills. I did a recent cash consolidation, so gonna need some spare change. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that is what we will use to make change. And I always forget to remove that back out at the end. So we'll see if I remember today. Okay, first up is gonna be gas. We spent only $44 for the first week, so we only had one fill up, which is kind of nice. And let's see, 44. Okay, so $50 and 20, 40, 50, and I will get $6 back. And then we will count this when we stuff it. Next up is groceries, and that is going to take $142. So 100, 20, 40, 50. So we will get $8 back. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next up is milk delivery. That's going to take 24. So 20, 30, so we will get $6 back. All right. Eating out is going to be $183. $183, just $83. So again, of course, I don't have any more fives, so that's going to be, what is that, $17 back. So let's see if we can do this with ones. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'll come back to this if I get some more fives to get our ones back. And here I thought I was gonna have enough change. Okay. Household is going to get $55. So maybe I should have reversed this, but nope, I need more fives. So 50, let's try the other one. Hold that thought for household. Car maintenance is going to be $200. And this is for, I'll just do 200. This is for the, basically we have a Hyundai, so it's a Hyundai Blue Link system where it connects your GPS, your maps, your emergency service, your remote start, all of that kind of stuff. So that is an annual fee we pay. And then, let's see, next up is going to be kids. So I'm gonna set this aside and see if we can make that change with the kids. So that will be $30 for the kids. Let's see, what was this for? This was for bathing suit. One of my kids got a bathing suit. Actually, a couple of them did, but I had a $50 gift card, so it total came out to $80. So I'm gonna take the gift card, and then it's another $30. So 20, 30. I like to just always have some bathing suits on hand because we go back and forth with the bed and breakfast, and we have, you know, swimming here at the house. So not at our house, but in our neighborhood. We also belong to a health complex that has a pool, so it's always good to have a couple spare bathing suits around. And then finally is going to be Ryan's, and he is taking out $12 today. What was that for? Parking. Okay. So let's see, he does have a 5, but he doesn't have change. So let's see. So we'll have to do the 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then let me just double check and see really quickly if I have any 5s. I just consolidated, so I doubt it, but. Let's see if we have it anywhere else. No, I bet we'd only have 1 5 even if we did. Okay, so I need to go back to household where I need to take out $55. And I have $60. Let me see if I have 5 and 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, so we were able to make change. So I'm going to set this gift card aside, and I'm going to take the $30 back out that I used for change initially. So I'll put that with this. And then we should have $590 total, so fingers crossed. We've got 100, 2, 3, 4, 450, 70, 90, 5, 10, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So $590 total. This will all go back to the bank. So perfect. All right, moving on, we are going to be doing our cash stuffing. Let me just reset my iPad. That is what I use to do all of my cash stuffing and unstuffing. Okay, so today we are going to be stuffing a total of $2,918, but about $1,550 of that's going to be in placeholders, and then cash is going to be $1,368. Okay. All right, so let's see. We've got 1, 2,000, 2150, 2250. Is that right? Seems off. Okay, let me put 1,000 away, but we basically got 1,000, 150, 250. It seems like I'm missing a 300. Did I grab a 1,000 instead? Let me just swap that out. Okay, so there's 300. I guess I'll just take this 1,000 back. I'm not sure where that came from. Okay, so 1,300, 450, 550. So that makes sense in the placeholders I was expecting. And the rest should be 1,368. Let's see what happens. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 455, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50, 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1,300, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So 1,368 is what I was expecting. Perfect. Keep them in front of the placeholders today. All right. Okay. There we go. So we've got all of the cash divvied up. And starting at the top, we will start with our sinking funds. So gas is going to get $150 today. And we're going to do that in 50s. So 1, 2, 3. So 50, 100, 150. So altogether we've got 100, 150, 200, 250, 5, 6. Groceries is also going to get 150. I'm going to do a 100 and a 50 because groceries tend to be really big receipts now, it seems. So 150, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Milk delivery is going to get $30, so a 20 and a 10. I think we got backed up with milk, so I think I'm going to cancel this coming week, and so we'll kind of get ahead. 20, 30, 35, 36. Usually depends on how much my husband drinks. My husband drinks a lot of milk. I drink hardly any milk. And he can easily take out one of the jugs on his own in like 2 days. Eating out is going to get $100. So 100, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Household is going to get $50. So we've got 102, 350, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Vehicle insurance is going to get $40 this week, so 2040. So we have 140. Vehicle maintenance is going to get $50. So that'll be 150, 70, 90. Which is good because I feel like I have a registration renewal coming up. Subscriptions will get $30. So 20, 30. 20, 40, 55, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Gifts is going to get $50 this week. So 150, 65, 6, and 7. I'm trying to think. I don't think we have... I have a nephew whose birthday is in March, and I guess that's probably the next gift that I would be saving up for. Holidays is going to get $25, so 25. We just did a bunch of preparations, I think, for Valentine's Day, so 120, 40, 45, 50. So I feel like, I can't remember now, because sometimes I buy things and it doesn't fall, it falls like right at the end before I expense. So I think we're done with this, or maybe next week's cash unstuffing will actually cover the Valentine's Day. So it could be it. Anyways, I know that I'm done shopping. It's just where the counting comes from. Holiday travel is next. It is going to get $200. So I think I mentioned last time that we are going to an indoor water park next month. So I'm saving up for that. So 1, 2, 3, 400, 20, 40, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Health is going to get $50. Right now, I feel like everybody is sick, so at some point, I feel like we're going to have a little copay or some doctor visit. So 50, 100, 20, 25, 26, 27. I will also be having some health checkups with some imaging happening in the next month, so I feel like I'll have some slightly higher copays because of that additional imaging. So build up that health envelope. Okay, next up is the investment binder. So today we are going to be adding to the 401k and the HSA because I had a paycheck on the 2nd and 4th weeks of the month. So 401k is going to get added 1,250. So put the 1,000 in here. Okay. And then 250 is going to be the 150, 1 and 250. So let me see. This needs to be consolidated. I usually do that at the end of the month. I was doing it before I took my long break. Now I'm not so sure when I'm going to kind of recalculate these, because it's based on the market and what I add, but then of course the market stocks will adjust. So sometimes it's more than what I contribute, sometimes it's less. Next up is the HSA. So somebody in a comment asked me about the HSA, and if you have specific questions, let me know. Usually an HSA is tied to a medical plan that has a higher deductible but lower monthly or payroll premiums. So for example, for myself, when I switched to an HSA plan, my premiums went significantly down from my regular PPO. And then I had the option to withhold pre-tax from my payroll a certain amount, and I think that is set by the federal government. I think it's somewhere around 8,000 right now total. My employer contributes a very small amount, like maybe 700, 800, like 10% of that total, and I contribute the rest pre-tax. So what you can do with an HSA, and I think it's a little bit dependent on your plan, but an HSA, you can treat it as just a regular savings account that can accumulate interest, and that money, as you contribute to it, just sits there and is ready for you to use, and you get a little bit more because you can add to that account pre-tax, and so you're not getting taxed on it. And if you use it for qualified expenses, which is typically any medical expenses like your copays, if you have to pay some deductible, anything that would be covered, usually not like cosmetic surgery wouldn't count, but like, your kids' visits, if you have visits, shots, prescriptions, anything like that in your normal care, you can pay for those out of this kind of savings account. And the great thing about it that is different than an FSA is that it does not expire. You do not have to use it or lose it. You can continue to accumulate it all the way for the rest of your life. They just recently changed some rules where you can contribute parts of it and convert it, I believe, into maybe a Roth IRA. And the great thing too is that you can reimburse yourself. So for example, what I try to do is I try to pay out of pocket so that I'm not touching that pre-tax growth. And then down the line when I don't have a salary and I want to say, oh, it's a little tight this month and I want to, give myself a couple $1,000s, I could take my receipts from those health expenses that I paid out of pocket and reimburse myself from this account. So this account keeps growing year over year. Some plans might have the option, like mine does, to actually invest in stock. So my plan is growing faster than just a regular savings interest rate. And I will not be taxed on that gain because it's still being used to pay out for a qualified expense, right? So if it's a medical expense, and there's a whole list of things that you can, do a little bit of research online as to what qualifies, but for the most part, just say medical expenses. And so, if I save, let's say $10,000 and I never add anything else to it, over 20 years, it's going to grow, usually around 7% average. So by the time I might start pulling from it, it's going to have grown 7% and some because of compounding interest. And I won't have to pay taxes on that gain. And that is something you don't really see in any other investment. So again, if you have specific questions, there are far more influencers out there that can speak to HSA much more eloquently than I can. I can link a couple of people that I personally like. I'll link a couple videos that do a much better job than me at explaining it. But if you do have a specific question, always happy to address it. It's just kind of hard to do an overview without like dedicating a video to it, right? Like trying to smash it into a cash stuffing video. But love those types of questions. I could talk about that kind of stuff all day. Okay, so HSA, every pay I contribute $300. All right. That is it for the placeholders. Kids is up next. I'm going to be adding $50 to kids. So that will give them $70. I think I'm going to have to refund, add money to my oldest lunch money. So that'll probably come out of here. Allowance. Okay, so for my kids, that's going to be 5 and 8 because that's their ages. So it should be 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my second son is super excited to start his allowance. He's seen his older brother do it. He set up his binder. So I just want to show you guys really quickly because my middle son is such a flower child and mama's boy. So my oldest son, his favorite color is blue. So this is his binder. We set this up a long time ago. He's got his different categories. We put these like fun little kind of school lunchbox theme things on the backside just to make it a little bit more fun for him. Have a great day. Do not doubt yourself. Just little affirmations that are just fun. My middle child is, again, a mama's boy. So my favorite color is purple. So he decided he wanted a purple binder because that's my favorite color. And I only had these pastels, but he's fine with that. Color's just color. And so this is the one he picked out. And then instead of putting it on the envelopes, so we have the same categories here, goal, fun, etc. Instead of putting them on the back side, because a lot of times you don't really see them when you're flipping through, he wanted to put his on the front. So my very low tech, just cut out some of the paper from the same series. It was like a scrapbooking paper and just taped it on. And he pointed out like the different ones that he wanted to have on here. So again, very, very basic, but he loves it. And I love that he loves it. Anything to get him excited to start, kind of seeing where his money goes and saving it and seeing, how it accumulates and then having the satisfaction of buying stuff on his own. The kids love taking their money and going up to the counter and paying for stuff, right? I remember myself when I was little being like, oh, I'll pay for it. Now as I'm an adult, I'm like, man, I wish I didn't have to pay for that. I wish somebody else could pay for it. But I just love that about the connection that the kids are making with the value of money right now. So anyway, Okay, next up is gonna be academics. So we placeholdered $500. That is in a bank. I use SoFi banking and they allow you to do different buckets or vaults as they call it. So I have $500 in a vault for them for academics. So today we're gonna stuff $25. So we've got 500, 600, 20, 40, 45, 50, which is great. I think for academics, I'm gonna try to get up to 750 and then I'm gonna stop stuffing it until we start spending. Athletics is going to get $50 today. So this one also has a placeholder of $1,000. So 100, 251. So $1,251 for athletics. Enrichment is going to get nothing this week. And that is it for the investment binder. Okay. Next up is husband's binder. So he's just getting 2 envelopes stuffed today. So he's going to have, his is going to get $30. 20, 30. Let's see. Use this to hold it down. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 6, 87. And then the next one is going to be sartorial. So that is going to get $10. So 20, 30, 40. Okay, that is it for him. We'll use his binder to hold down mine. Okay. Okay, so personal, I am going to get $25, and I will say that I went and got my nails done and spent $46 in cash because usually the nail salons prefer cash, and they definitely do for tips. So I already took the 46 out when I paid for it. So we will be adding 25 here. And I'm finding that more and more I am going to be using cash because a lot of people are passing on the credit card fees, and that's just not something that I personally want to pay for. So, you know, cash works just as well. So 20, 40, 50, 5, 60. Okay, fashion is next, and that is going to get $20. So 20, 40, 60, 70. Feeling pretty good with fashion. I did buy some clothes at the end of last year after I had my surgery, and now I'm feeling really good. I'm trying to be very conscious and deliberate with picking out my clothes now, and it's been really fun to fit into things that I haven't fit in for years. But at the same time, it's really nice to kind of start fresh and like really pick out things I really like, and kind of do quality over quantity. Beauty is going to get $20. So 20, 40, 60, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I feel like I might need to restock on some hair supplies, which sometimes comes out of hair, sometimes comes out of beauty, it just sort of depends. And that is it for my binder. Okay. Last is the challenges, savings challenges. So first up is back to school. We are going to be stuffing $45 today. So 20, 45. And back to school does have pre-printed envelopes. So I'm just going to look in here for 45. Okay, let's see. Okay. Next up is going to be the 52-week challenge. This week I'm going to do 25. And this one does not have any preset amounts. It's just whatever I am able to budget out for that week. Although I do try to always do 20 to 25, at least 20 or 25. So makes it more fun at the end of the year when you unstuff all of these envelopes. Okay. Next up is kids' birthdays. So this week we are going to be doing $50. Oops. Okay, so we've got 50, 100, 50, 70, 90, 210, 15, 20, 25. Those odd 50s always throw me. So we're going to color in the $50 brick. It finally warmed up where we are. We're in the Chicago area, and I can hear my kids outside playing. So they were just laughing, which is much better than yelling or screaming, but it was really cute. Okay. So there is the kids' birthday challenge, and then the only other one is going to be February, the monthly challenge. So this is going to be $80 today, so I will check that off. So 50, 70, 80. All right, so we got 50, 100, 20, 40, 55. So very good. I really love the simplicity of these monthly envelopes. All right, so that is it for cash stuffing today. Thank you for joining me. I know we're a little bit behind schedule with posting, but hopefully you will stick with me for the rest of the month. It's a short month, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye.